Hello everyone, my name is Munina Kapalat, BSed Science 3A, and now I'm going to discuss reflections of light. Reflections of light occurs whenever a ray of light approaches a smooth polished surface and the light ray bounces back. In other words, the ray of lights approaching any surface result in a reflections of the light. To understand it well, let's do an experiment to show how it works. Here are the materials we need: a laser beam pointer, a mirror, a container full of water. First, put the mirror into the container full of water. Point the laser beam pointer to the mirror so we can see the light ray bounce off. But unfortunately, we cannot see it because there is too much light in the room. So I must turn off the light to see the rays of light clearly. Consider this ray of light which strike in the mirror. This rays of light is called incident ray. The point at which the incident ray strike the mirror is called the point of incidence. Draw a line perpendicular to the mirror to the point of incidence, and this line is called normal. The angle which the incident ray makes with the normal is called the angle of incidence. When the incident ray strikes the mirror, it will bounce off the mirror. The ray which bounces off is called the reflected ray. The angle which the reflected ray makes with the normal is called angle of reflection. There are two laws of reflection. The first law states that the angle of incidence is always equal to the angle of reflections. If the angle of the incidence is 30 degrees, then the angle of reflection is also 30 degrees. Remember that these angles are always measured from the normal and not from the mirror. The incident ray, the normal at the point of incidence, and the reflected ray all lie in the same plane. When we talk about reflection of light, the first thing that comes to our mind is a mirror, because literally, like what I did in the experiment, it reflects light. But do other objects reflect light? Yes, of course. Almost the objects around us, including us, are all reflectors of light, because that's how we see the worlds around us. All objects don't have lights of their own. They are all reflecting the lights coming from some luminous source like sun, fire, and light bulb. All objects reflect light, but not all reflect in the same way. There are two types of reflections. The first one is regular reflection, and the second one is the irregular reflections of light, also called scattered or diffuse reflection. Mirror is a highly polished surface and an example of regular reflection. But most of all the objects around us, like paper, woods, and curtains, are all examples of irregular reflections of light because they scatter the light. Regular reflections occur when a high beam of light falls on a smooth and polished surface such as plane mirror. As you can see from the plane mirror, the parallel beam remains parallel even after reflection. If we see it closely, all the beams has the same angle of incidence, and same as the law of reflection states, all the rays will have the same angle of reflection. Irregular reflection occurs when the beam of light falls on a rough surface such as the wall of a room or a paper. When the parallel beam of light falls on a surface like paper, the light scatters in different directions. Because the surface of a paper, if we can see it in a microscopic view, it is definitely rough. So the angle of reflection will also be different, and this is why all the lights are scattered in different directions. Do you find reflection of light interesting? How it makes all things visible in our eyes, and to see all the beautiful things around us. That's it for now. Hope you learned something. Thanks for watching.